the president of Enunciators Toastmasters, it gives me great pleasure to actually introduce another president with us today. His name is Toastmaster Aditya. Now, Toastmaster Aditya is someone who I was wondering about. That, who is this gentleman? Well, he is Toastmaster Abhishek Aditya. I'm sure a lot of people get confused with that name. He works as an HR manager in one of the major steel making companies of India. Can we actually call him a man of steel? That's something we're going to be finding out very soon. When he speaks in public, he likes to leave a big impression with very few words. Outside of work, this another thing that he shares in common with Toastmaster Babu is the fact that he enjoys traveling. And it really fuels his love for new and varied experiences. With that, I would like to invite to the floor the presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Abhishek Aditya, and let's welcome him in style with the claps and with the hearts, the emojis that we'd like to put out there for him. Toastmaster Abhishek Aditya, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akansha, for that wonderful introduction and for that energetic start to the meeting. There's something very refreshing when we go beyond our individual clubs, collaborate with Toastmasters across clubs or across districts, maybe even internationally. And there's something reassuring that we speak the same language, the same ground rules, which we are all familiar with, and somehow it feels music to the ears when we hear them again. And it is also exciting how each Toastmaster brings his own flavor to every single role that we play. You were wonderful, Toastmaster Akansha, in how you introduced the meeting rules. And I, as the president of Proficient Orators, am honored to call to order meeting number 46 of Enunciators Toastmasters Club and meeting number 180 of Proficient Orators Club. Enunciators Toastmasters Club, of which Toastmaster Babu Narayan is the current president as well as the charter member, is a club based out of Mumbai, District 98, and they were chartered in the year 2024. Now, I'm sure you have a landmark meeting coming up, the meeting number 50th. All the best for that. And I'm sure it will be one of the many milestones which you would encounter and come across in your journey. And hopefully, we'd be there to witness a few of those. Proficient Orators is a club that carries the Toastmasters movement, which is more than a century old now, in the geography specifically of Jharkhand and Bihar. And that is where we are based out of. And I'm sure in the age of social media, in the age of the medium in which we are having this meeting, we both have members not just across India, but even around the world. We have a wonderful theme lined up today. We have a wonderful agenda lined up today. And to take you through those, to take you what I believe is a very exciting theme, finish strong. Let me now welcome a Toastmaster who is a training and HR consultant based in Mumbai. And her forte is communication skills, soft skills, and behavioral skills training. She is an NLP practitioner and a positive psychology coach. She is very passionate about public speaking right from her days in college, and she's also an animal lover and a Bharatanatyam dancer. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Priya Rathod.
Good morning and a very, very warm welcome to everyone. Meeting number
Good morning.
46 for for Enunciators Toastmasters Club, but almost like a landmark meeting for Proficient Orators Club. We are so glad to collaborate with that part of the country, the eastern side almost, the northeastern side of the country, District 124, which I have been told also entails Bangladesh and parts of Malaysia, Bhutan. See, this is exactly what Toastmasters is all about. We are divided by districts and not divided by countries. Though Toastmasters International has its presence in more than 130 countries, there's one thing that connects all of us. The purpose is very clear. All of us endeavor to become better speakers than what we really are. Better than yesterday, our yesterday. And today, we have a theme which is finish strong. But before I, Toastmaster Priya Rathore, delves into that theme, would like to tell you a fact, mainly a fact. We are all in this universe, on the planet, guided by and affected by or impacted by certain laws. So what are the laws that we really know? Well, there is one thing, that anything that we throw up falls down. That's law of gravity. Okay, yes. Then anything that you think about, it happens to manifest. That's law of attraction. Okay, yes. Then anything that has to go wrong will go wrong indefinitely, no matter whatever you try. That's Murphy's law. But there are other laws too. One is the law of primacy, which says that people always remember the first thing that you said. But the one that we are going to be talking about is the law of recency. What does law of recency mean? It says that people will always remember the last thing that you said, or the last thing that you did, or the last appearances of yours in their mind. It lingers on as much as the first impressions. And in the first impressions itself, the last thing that people interact, whatever they can think of, that's the law of recency for everybody. And that's exactly what we are going to be talking about in this meeting. That's why we say, always make your endings strong, because they tend to linger into the memory of people. It becomes a muscle memory. So always finish strong. In this address of mine, we are going to be talking about the law of recency in parts, because we have other segments too. And I will, in some way or the other, tell you as to why should we always finish strong. Yes, we are also coming towards the end of this year, 2025. It has served us well in its capacity. Before we welcome 2026, let's finish 2025 strong. Having said that, let's get on to the meeting that we have right now. And like in every Toastmasters meeting, we have 3 segments. The first segment is of prepared speeches, where our speakers, who are our members, finish their project speeches and then they come and give speeches based on the guidelines given by Toastmasters International on every project. We have 3 speakers for today, coming from both the clubs. And we also have 3 evaluators who will evaluate their speeches. Then we have a table topics segment where everyone is invited to participate. In case you have not put in your name as a speaker, or you did not get an opportunity to speak, the roles were already filled, worry not. You will get your time, you will get your share of spotlight. All you've got to do is raise your hands when the table topic master calls you. And then we have the general evaluation, which is about evaluation. We will talk about that too. Today, we would have 3 speech evaluators of the 3 speakers. And if all that was not enough, we have other people participating as very strong role players with us. Today we have 4 auxiliary role players. So let me call upon the first auxiliary role player that we have. It's a very important role, and that is of a timer. And to do the timer's role, we have somebody from Proficient Orators Toastmasters Club who is new into the role but seems to be very promising. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Pallavi Agarwal. Toastmaster Pallavi, the floor is all yours to explain your role.
Thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I am C.A. Pallavi Agarwal from Lucknow, and I am timer for today's meeting. As a timer, I will record the time duration of every speech. Every speaker is given a specified time. So I will be using these color cards to signal the speaker. In case of project speaker, when the speaker reaches the minimum time allotted, I will show green card. And at the when the speaker reaches the mid time of the time allotted, I will show the yellow card. And at the end of the speaking time, I will show the red card. For example, during 5 to 7 minute speech, I will show green at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7 minutes. After the allotted time limit, the speaker has 30-second grace period to wrap up. And at the end of every session, I will report the time taken by every speaker. For the table topics, each speaker have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. So at the end of 1 minute, I will show green card. I will show yellow card at 1 minute 30 second, and at the end of 2 minutes, I will show red card. Here also the speaker will have 30 additional seconds for the grace period to wrap up. For guideline for evaluation, for every evaluator, the similar timelines are for 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds for yellow card, and 3 minutes 3 minutes followed by 30 seconds for grace period. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pallavi. And with that, we come to our second role player for today, who is the R counter. So very interesting role, and many people didn't realize about it. Let's hear it from our R counter, who is Toastmaster Sundaram Singh, coming again from Proficient Orators Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Sundaram, floor is all yours.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Sundaram Singh. I'm from Proficient Orators Club based out of Dhanbad. I'm a banker by profession. My role is to track all the filler words or dead air words like and the repeat words, and to track them and to present my report at the end of the meeting so that every orators get the clarity about their speech and improve by avoiding and using the pauses maybe instead of those filler words. That will be my role. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundaram. Thank you for that address. And with that, we all will now, yes, we are going to be talking about our third role player, auxiliary role player of the meeting. And that is the role of a grammarian. And for the role of a grammarian, we have again somebody who joined the Toastmasters Club just about a month and a half ago, and it doesn't even look like that. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Ananya, who is our grammarian for today. Toastmaster Ananya, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya and fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take a note of any misuses of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. So for today's meeting, the word of the day is cogent. It's spelled as cogent, and the spelling is Cogent, which means logical and convincing. I will put the same in our chat box so that it's easy for all to relate to it. I'll give you an example of a sentence with the same word. Her explanation was cogent, making it easy for the team to understand. Kindly try and use as many times in your dialect this word of the day. And each time we notice someone using this word of the day, please put a thumbs up or a clap on your screen. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ananya, our grammarian. Yes, it's a very, very good thing to show a thumbs up for the usage of the word of the day, because it is also a test of our listening abilities apart from upgrading our vocabulary. Everything set in Toastmasters International, the way it has been designed, has been very cogent, because it encourages people to really respect a role and live the role in the moment. With that, we are calling yet another very cogent personality as our listener. He is a veteran Toastmaster, and he has donned all the possible hats, not just in a meeting, but beyond a club, at the district level and the leadership level. It is really nice to have him, an honor to have him in every club meeting, almost every club meeting of ours. Please put your hands together for our listener today, Toastmaster Ranganathan Raman. Toastmaster Ranga, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya. I think people are going to get confused what is cogent now for sure. let's keep that aside. And in Toastmasters, we always talk about communication skills, developing communication skills. And it cannot be complete without listening. How good we are in listening, in our listening skill, which is major part of the communication skill that most of us appreciate. In my role as a listener, I've been noting down a few questions. But that's the easiest job, right? I will take the questions, and the difficult part is at the end of the meeting, I will raise those questions, and some of you can put up your hand and then choose them to answer. And let's see how many people answer. That if possible, let us choose one best listener of the day kind of role. That's my role. Basically, my job is very simple, to ask questions. That's much easier. The difficult part I leave with you guys. And with that, I hand the stage over back to Toastmaster Priya.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ranganathan. And with that, we are going to get on to our first segment expedition, which is prepared speeches. And for the prepared speeches, like I said, we have 3 speakers. These are project speakers, which means they are members of the club doing their projects, establishing their projects as per the guidelines of Toastmasters International for every project. This is This is one reason why people join Toastmasters, because of the versatility of each project and the competence level that we are all able to gain upon completion of the project, both during the preparation and also during the speech. Our first speaker for today is somebody who has been very consistent over the past 1.5, close to 2 years with Toastmasters. And we are going to be looking at Level 2 Project 4 from him, Toastmaster Amol Satpute. But before I call him, I will call his evaluator, his speech evaluator. And with us, we have somebody joining right from Malaysia. He's also our general evaluator, which means that he is also donning 2 hats today and has a lot of work to be done evaluating speech and evaluating the meeting. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Faisal Akhtar to read out his speech objective, the objectives of Toastmaster Amol. Can we spotlight Toastmaster Faisal, please?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Priya. Before I proceed, I just want to confirm if I am perfectly audible to everyone.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, perfect. So my target speaker for today, Toastmaster Amol, will be delivering his Level 2 Project 4 speech from the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The duration timer, please note that the duration of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. So I wish my target speaker, Toastmaster Amol, all the very best, and I'll be coming back with the evaluation later on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can we spotlight Toastmaster Amol and the timer, please, before we start? And the timer as well. Yes, timer, you may cover your screen now. All right. Before we go ahead with that, we would like to check.
Audible, visible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Can we have a
yeah.
Can we have a transition of the timing cards, please? Green, yellow, red.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's begin. Let's go on to the neutral white, Toastmaster Pallavi. Okay. Yes. Toastmaster Amol Satpute. Clarity. Clarity. Toastmaster Amol Satpute.
Good morning, all fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Have you ever tried assembly IKEA furniture without manual? I wonder, at starting, we do it with the confidence. After 5 minutes, we are holding plank and 3 screw, and I wonder, we just built a spaceship instead of building a chair. My dear fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, life and work is like that only. It's full of chaos, confusion, and lot of misplaced screws. My goal today is very simple: to pursue you for the clarity in communication. Clarity in communication is the most important or most powerful tool which can transform workplaces, relationship, and even our sanity also. Our sanity is becoming insanity due to lack of clarity. Think of a team meeting wherein did everyone live with the same understanding as you said, or did half here team here, or did half the team here launch of the project, and half of team heard lunch project. So it happens. Problem is real. Unclear communication wastes time, drains energy, and create frustration. If you don't fix it, we will be living in the world where emails are longer than the novels. Your what is it? Sorry. Where emails are longer than the novels and instructions are vaguer than the protocols. And you leave with the meeting with lot of confusion rather than clarity. So what is the solution? 3 simple steps. Be specific, be structured, be simple. Specific in terms of location, in terms of time, in terms of the person. Simple. Don't use jargons. Instead, if you can explain to a 10-year-old person, then rather you would have understood it in a better way. Third, structure. Use punch point, use visuals, and if required, use the hand gestures. Now, you wondered, Amol, clarity takes a lot of time. Yeah. But real problem is clarity doesn't take a lot of time. It is like that we are asking for cutting a tree with a butter knife. So my dear friends, imagine a workplace where instructions are very clear, crystal clear. Meetings ends early. And mails are like tweets. Again, project finishes ahead of the time. And most of all, you all are able to leave the workplace on time. That is the power of clarity. Picture yourself that you are sipping a chai, sitting in a wonderful garden, while your competitors are busy discussing about or arguing with their customer about the meaning of ASAP, whether it's the next week or whether it's the next day 5 p.m. So with the power of clarity, we can manage a lot of the things. I will ask all of you to please come and start as a clarity warrior. Your email should be without flip. Your next minutes of meeting should be a one-liner with the conclusion. And when somebody says to you ASAP, then you gently ask, sir, whether it's tomorrow 5 p.m. or next year 5 p.m. So with this clarity, we can achieve lot of things in the life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stop building IKEA furniture. Let's start building life where clarity is the default, not by choice. It should be default over there. And trust, when clarity becomes your superpower, even IKEA furniture will have the fear of you. With that, let's bring that cogeniality of clarity in your life. Clarity brings a person a different kind of aura and he will focus. The person will, with the clarity, will able to focus on the goal, and he is able to achieve it. So I will say 3 times: clarity, clarity, clarity. If you have the clarity, your life will have a normality. And if you have the clarity, you will have a charisma in front of the people. A person with a clarity can go ahead and face any situation. So again, I want all of you to follow the power of polity and again cogenity. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Good day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amol Satpute. To again reinforce the idea of clarity, yes, what are we without it? Where can we go without it? And in Toastmasters, it is absolutely essential that we are all clear. With that, we go on to our next speaker for the day. And our second speaker is again a very promising Toastmaster who joined just about a year and a half ago, max 2 years. He is a disciplinarian and always ready to take up challenges. He is also the Vice President membership of Enunciators Toastmasters Club. We're talking about Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe here, who will be doing his project speech. But before I call him on, I would want to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Rehan Ansari, to read out his speech objectives. Toastmaster Rehan Ansari, you can be spotlighted.
Evaluator for speaker 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we have Toastmaster Babu Narayan, sir, who is the evaluator for speaker 2, I guess, then.
Not really. I was told
Toastmaster Rehan, you are.
because in the agenda it is.
Yes. Toastmaster
Toastmasters.
Rehan, as per the agenda, you are evaluator for the next speaker. I hope you have Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe's evaluation speech, evaluation sheet with you. No worries. I will share that with you in a while. And I'll give the objectives of this speech, which is level 1, project 2, where the speaker can choose any topic of his choice and speak on that topic. He will be evaluated by the evaluator on how he has spoken and other parameters for evaluation. This speech is going to be the first speech of this level 1 project 2, and upon receiving evaluation from the evaluator, this evaluation has to be incorporated to improvise some sections of the same speech, which will be repeated in the next one. So level 1 project 2, we have two parts of this. So this is going to be the first speech which Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe will be delivering of level 1 project 2. So with that, let's call upon our speaker to the fore. Can we please, okay, now since Vijay Lakhe is the Zoom master as well, so let me take the time to spotlight him and also the timer. Okay. Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe, let's check your audio.
Yeah, am I audible and visible clearly?
You are. Our timer, Toastmaster Pallavi, can we have a transition of the...
Yeah, I can see the transition.
Okay. All right. The Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe is delivering level 1 project 2. Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe, the wild switch. The wild switch, Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe.
Yeah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning.
So here, I could see a lot of people are from corporates. And what we do in corporate generally is we spend certain time there and we are always looking for the new opportunity, the better opportunity. I was no different. I was also a person who was looking for the better opportunity. And I became a job hopping ninja in that case. So I would like to ask, like somebody has changed their company recently, or
Yes.
yeah, I could see some hands are going up. That's great. But see, changing a job from similar industry, from one industry to your industry, that is fine, right? You'll take the wisdom of your old company and use it there. That's okay at that level. But the thing is, when you jump into the different industry, how it will look, it will be different, right? It will be completely different for you. It will be the naive word, and you cannot work cogently there. And that's what happened with me when I had jumped into the all different world. I became a dwarf. And what happened? Like, I was being promised that this is the Fortune 500 company. This gives work from Monday to Friday. Monday and Fridays are work from home optional. And obviously, you will be incentivized quarterly. Now, who will say no to this opportunity? Everybody will say yes, and just I wanted to grab this opportunity. And I said yes, ultimately, let's move on. And I did that. And here my first day comes to the office. When I had gone to the office, like at 9 a.m. in the morning, I was just looking here and there, just opened the door, and I could see the receptionist sitting there. And there is only one receptionist over there, nobody else. Lights were switched off, and I could see him. I asked, "This is my first day, and I am a new joinee here." He said, "What? You're a new joinee? I'm not aware about this." I was literally shocked. What happened with me? I said that whether I'm in the wrong place or what. Then I asked him to confirm with the HR directly. And he called HR and they asked me to sit there. I was just sitting there, like looking at walls. Where is the washroom? Where is the pantry? How's the products and everywhere? I was sitting there. Now it took almost 10:30. I mean, 1.5 hours. I waited there. Then I could see the HR coming in. She gently greeted me. "Welcome, Vijay. Welcome to this company. You can just sit here. I'll be there to give you a short induction." I said, "That's okay." She came. She beautifully explained about the company. I said, "Wow, I'm in the heaven. Now this is my dream job, which I've landed already." She showed me the desk. "There's your desk." I'd gone there. I was just settling there, looking at here and there. I was being given the laptop, like a sword in the corporate world, and I was just setting up everything. And in between, I could see a lot of messages. "Welcome on board, all the best, welcome to the family," and all those kind of messages. You can relate to it, right? I was busy in giving thank yous to them. Thank you, thank you to the club, thank you to the colleagues and management team. And there went my first day very happily. I was happy, and I'd gone to the home very happy, slept that day, dreaming of my dream job. Then came the next day, very next day, that was the second day. At that point of time, I was being introduced to my boss. First day, he wasn't there. Then he cogently called me inside his cabin. I said he'll introduce himself and he'll say that welcome to the company and everything. I was hoping for that. But what he did, can you imagine that? He did what? He just opened his laptop and he was showing me the big Excel file. Big means like it is big, like it's like an ocean. The data is like that. I was looking at that and he was explaining me, see Vijay, we have this kind of budget. This is for this segment, this is for this segment, and we have this total budget which I have achieved till then. But we have only been left with the 6 months and you have to achieve this budget. Understood? You can go and study this file. I was like shocked. I mean, what happened with me? This is my very first day, and this guy is explaining me directly budget without knowing any product knowledge, knowing about the company rules and regulations. And there came the next shock. He just kept me CCing all the mails on the very second day. And how to give answer to those mails, I mean, without having any context about the story, right? And then he called me at the 5 p.m. in the evening. Vijay, did you go through that mail? Have you responded to that? And I was like, I was completely gone blind in that case. Then came the third day. I said, sir, I am okay with the budget, everything, but I should be aware about the basic product knowledge at least. Then how come I'll be going in the market and selling the products? He said, yes, you get the training. Now I'm done with the training. And he said, now you become the master of the products. You go in the market and bring the business now. I said, how to do that now? And he was just asking me that. See, look, Vijay, we are 24/7 company and number-driven company. We work 24/7. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and every day we work. Like, where it's gone, Saturday, Sunday, working was not there as explained by HR. Now this guy is talking differently altogether. And then the story came. Now we started with our first customer visit. Started with that. We started riding 5 o'clock in the morning and we reached to the destination, which is 300 kilometers from the Mumbai. We came, I was driving, and for entry point, we require the PUC, and I was not having that. He looked at me. Now, if you don't have PUC, you need to walk for almost 500 meters. And I said, how to do that? I mean, and he said that I cannot walk. It will be a waste of time walking. And he started giving and lecturing me there and there itself. I was just laughing inside and said that I don't know how to deal with this guy. But I understood one point here is that while choosing the opportunity, be wise. Everything looks picturesque from the far, but when you go near, you'll find there are cracks. So prepare well, research well, and then grab the opportunity. That's it. And over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe, to take us back to our own corporate life that we are dealing with. Yes, it can be unreasonable at times. I completely align with you on that. Oh God. All right, it makes me reminisce my experiences so far. And with that, what I am reminded of is that we are around 18 members in this meeting.
90.
Can we all? Okay, 19. Oh, now it's increased, 19. So let us quickly have one group picture before anybody is not able to continue in this meeting. I'm taking it onto a gallery mode and requesting everyone to be on camera. Toastmaster Margaret, Toastmaster Ranga, Toastmaster Abhishek. Can we all come on camera? And Lubena, Toastmaster Lubena. We're waiting for Toastmaster Margaret, Toastmaster Aditya. We definitely would like to see you on camera. Okay. Toastmaster Vijay, can you take a screenshot in the meanwhile?
Okay, say cheese.
She's telling me to speak.
No, 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 no. No, I was asking you to be on camera so that we can take a picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
Abhishek.
Can see you.
Toastmaster Abhishek.
Abhishek,
Okay,
can you just open your camera, and Margaret as well.
He told me to come.
Margaret. Toastmaster Lubena, you can be on mute for now.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes, we are all ready. Come on,
Yeah.
hearts out, everybody.
Yeah, hearts out, everybody. Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, memory is captured.
Okay. I think we will have to do once more for Toastmaster Abhishek. He may
Yeah,
seem
we'll
to
do
be
it
going.
then. It'll be perfect.
Yes. Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Please.
And we come back to the speaker's mode. Now we have one more speaker with us. And the speaker is from Proficient Orators Toastmasters Club. And it is Toastmaster Digant Banerjee. So before we start with Toastmaster Digant Banerjee's speech, we may want to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Babu Narayan sir, to give the objectives of his speech. So Toastmaster Babu Narayan sir also can be spotlighted. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good morning. Today, our speaker, Toastmaster Digant, will be presenting his Level 2 speech from the Pathways Dynamic Leadership. Now, what does this project entail? We are in a communication platform, and this project will tell us all the deliverables, all the details, all the styles that exist in a communication platform. Toastmaster Digant will tell us about his own communication style and also perhaps touch upon the impact that this style has had on himself. Knowing that Toastmaster Digant is a cogent speaker, I look forward to a cogent speech from Toastmaster Digant today. It's a speech for 5 to 7 minutes, and we look forward to a wonderful speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Am I visible and audible completely?
Yes, you are visible and you are audible too. We are trying to spotlight your timer, our timer for today. Can our timer be spotlighted, please? Okay. Can we also see the transition of timer cards, Toastmaster Pallavi? We can come back to our, all right, neutral white. Toastmaster Digant Banerjee. It is not what you say, it is how you say it. It is not what you say, it is how you say it. Toastmaster Digant Banerjee. Over to you.
Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Have you encountered a situation where you have told something to someone else, but that particular person understood completely different thing? Yes. You have already cracked the complexity of human conversation. Conversation is everywhere. It is at your home, in your workplace, in your relationship, with your teammates, even with your daily auto driver, who pretend that they cannot hear your voice via meter channel. Communication doesn't mean what you say, but it means how you say. There are formally 4 types of communication. I would like to explain them. These are the major communication actually. First, passive communicator. A passive communicator often trained to avoid conflict. They cannot express their feelings explicitly. If someone asks them what to do, they will completely say that I am absolutely fine, whatever you want. But from the bottom of their heart, they are in a frustration not to do this particular task. For example, suppose if you are in a group and the particular group is deciding where to eat. Now, if someone asks this passive communicator where to eat, this passive communicator will reply you anyone else. But in heart, they are crying, they are shouting that no, not that place again. This kind of communication often leads to frustration and depression as well. Second, aggressive communication. They clearly state their idea, views, and their feelings without caring about other thoughts and feelings. Their favorite sentence is, I am right, you are wrong. In that particular example, they will clearly say that I am not visiting the particular place again. Now, no discussion. Like that. Now, in this case, everyone will visit the restaurant, but no one will enjoy the food. Now, third communication style, aggressive, passive. Personally, I feel they are the most entertainment category. They will say no through their face, but unfortunately, they are actually not agree with this particular statement, and they will express this through their expression, silent treatment, or sometimes anything else. No. They will say that I am absolutely fine with your decision, but their face expression will reflect that they are not actually fine. Fourth category is assertive communication. This is the most healthiest conversation I feel. In assertive communication, assertive communicator will state their expression and their views clearly, boldly, but respectfully. Their favorite sentence is like that. I'm absolutely fine what you are saying, but my point is like that. They will say, I know some people like to visit the particular restaurant again, but I think I am not ready to revisit that area again. Can we explore something else? No. This is the time to reveal what is my communication style. When I joined as a young professional, my company, for the very first time being, I was a passive communicator. If my manager told me to do some extra work, I used to say, absolutely fine, sir, I will manage it. But even I know that I have to sacrifice my sleep, my meals, even my happiness. Over the time, I realized it is not actually providing any career progress. I am not getting sufficient time for upskilling. So, from that time, I became an aggressive passive communicator. I used to say that, yes, I enjoy work for free. But I saw that this kind of conversation actually leading the conflict with my manager. It is hampering our teamwork. Now, thanks to Toastmaster Club and the job role at my workplace, I am trying to be the assertive communicators. Currently, if someone asks me if I can help him with some extra work, I will reply, I really want to help you with this particular work. Unfortunately, I have some other priorities. Can we please reschedule for other day? Like that. Now, question is, why assertive communication matters? Assertive communication builds trust, reduce conflict, improve teamwork, and saves lots of emotional drama. Imagine if you are in a world where everyone spoke assertively, what will happen? Couples would have understanding to each other, right? Office would have fewer arguments, and restaurant would get tables booked faster. There are simple ways to practice assertive communication. Use I statement. Listen carefully before responding. And third, say no respectfully. So before conclusion. To conclude, I would like to say communication is like driving. If you are passive, you never start the engine. If you are aggressive, you crash. If you are passive aggressive, you honk without moving. But if you are assertive, you reach safely and happily. So let's try to become assertive. Express ourselves confidently, listen empathetically. Because in the end, communication is not about winning conversation. It is about connecting with people. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Digant Banerjee. Indeed, all these 4 types of communicators we find all the time. And sometimes we find all these 4 communicators inside of us, displaying different sides of us and different shades of our own communication versatility. And some of them can get very dangerous. I agree. So with that, we are done with our one segment, that is the prepared speech segment. Talking about finishing strong. Often, whenever we see people on a racetrack, we see them consistently following up with the speed that they have. And at times they slow down and then they speed up. But when people are about to reach the finish line, they speed up more because they know that the final few seconds of the lap will matter so much. Whether or not they are able to reach the finish line as on they are first or no, whether they are second, but they are always looking at the amount of time that they are going to take to finish the race. It is only that when we come towards the end, we are more aware about the impact of our endeavor that was once started. And that's why it is essential to finish strong. That is a time when most of the report card is out in front of people. That's what people will remember, like we spoke about the law of recency. And it is essential that all of us also maintain the consistency throughout and don't put too much pressure only in the final moments. Many times people do that. In fact, Priyanka Chopra was asked when she put most of her work only towards the end. And then very diplomatically she answered, well, I have this amazing ability to handle pressure towards the end. And that's why she said, I always finish strong. Indeed, she does. With that, I would like to call upon our timer to give a timing report of all the three speakers that we have. Toastmaster Pallavi.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, all the three speakers were wonderful, and we are just we are running 2 minutes ahead the time. And our first speaker took 7 minutes 18 seconds. Second speaker took 7 minutes 50 seconds, and the last speakers took 8 minutes 10 seconds. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. The last speaker took 8 minutes, so that the Toastmaster Digant is disqualified from voting, right?
Yes.
And the second speaker, sorry, could you repeat? Second speaker took
7 minutes 50 seconds.
Oh, so we have two speakers who've disqualified from voting, and only Toastmaster Amol is qualified for voting. But how can we have voting only for one speaker? Okay, I think we will have to skip the voting for the prepared speech segment. No problem. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Pallavi. With that, let us get on to the next segment, and I can assure you that this role player that we have for the table topics as a table topics master is going to ensure that each one of us are, out of our seats, out of our comfort zones, and we are all speaking. She is an absolute energy bubble and another fellow trainer. Please put your hands together for our Sergeant at Arms as well as our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Akanksha Mirji. Toastmaster Akanksha Mirji, the stage is all yours, and so is the segment.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Priya. We are about to start an extremely important segment. However, let's first understand what this is all about. The table topic segment is a segment which helps you to train and organize your thoughts as well as express them really well. It's like a mini speech when you have an opening, a body, and of course, a conclusion. Along with that, people are watching your body language. Provide opportunity to speak without, you thought I was going to say without a topic? Of course not. Since I am the table topics master, you will get a topic, but it is without preparation time. Therefore, let's jump right into it. Request the timer to suggest what the timings should be for this segment.
As per agenda, it is for 30 minutes, but we are.
Each speech, please.
Speech is for 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, and the disqualification happens
after 30-second grace period. At 2
yes,
minutes.
so it happens at 2 minutes 30 seconds. So I shall just repeat that. Each speaker can speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and you can even extend to 2.5 minutes. I hope I speak in a cogent manner for everyone to actually understand what I am saying. A raise of hands for people who would like to speak in this segment. Do I actually see a raise of hands, or am I just, I do. Toastmaster Preeti. Toastmaster Preeti. Oh, how wonderful to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Toastmaster Preeti, before I begin, I have a very simple question for you. Have you gotten are you married, Toastmaster Preeti?
Yes, I am.
My simple one. It's called the Great Indian Wedding. How to survive that marathon photo session at the Great Indian Wedding. The floor is all yours, Toastmaster Preeti. The marathon and finish strong at the photo session at that great marathon photo session of the Great Indian Wedding.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster, and for giving me this wonderful topic. And these days we have Indian wedding season is on. And I am very happy that I am part of it. Just I'm going to attend today one of the functions. So I look for one space where I can have my photo session, and I don't miss that opportunity. Though I am very big in my age, then I think about that age is not a number, and it is not that the children are going to get themselves clicked. So I have to be in that marathon on number one. And I get so many pictures clicked, whether I'm dancing, whether I'm just singing. So simple. I'm going to attend the first function today, and it is a religious auspicious gathering that is going to happen. And I would like to be clicked while clapping my hands with all of them. So I want to be at number one in the wedding photo session marathon. I think I am photogenic. I am really fond of getting my pictures clicked. So whether it's inside the wedding hall or outside the wedding hall, whether it is with the bride or the groom, or whether it is that we are together as a family getting our pictures clicked. So it's just the passion that I keep taking with myself everywhere, and I ensure that I am the winner. So it is quite cogent that I have to be the marathon. I have to win the marathon and be number one while I am getting my picture clicked in this wedding season. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That gives us such great insight. It is truly about finishing strong and having belief in oneself. The next speaker I would like to actually call, while I'm inclined to call Toastmaster Amol, and I would say, let us do this. Toastmaster Amol, if I'm not mistaken, you live in Mumbai,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Have you ever traveled by train in the city of Mumbai?
I'm not getting your voice. Can
Have
you
you
come
ever
again?
traveled by train?
You mean local?
Any
Yes.
train?
Yes, several times.
So great. Please teach us the art of finishing strong when you reach the railway platform just as the train starts moving. The
Yeah.
art of finishing strong when you reach the railway platform just as the train starts moving.
Yes. Thank you for this wonderful topic. Here in the Mumbai, city of dreams, we all have to commute by a wonderful, what is called lifeline of city, that is the Mumbai local. And here the situation is like it's full of rush. It's a gent and ladies massage parlor. Everybody gets it free of cost. And again, survival of fittest is the most important thing. If you don't fit by physique, at least you should be fit by mind. then you will be the part of this city. And most of the people don't get accepted by this city, and they simply come and go. And very few like me are the selected ones, one Unoronimo, who are the part of this city and all the time as acceptance is there. Because I know living in the moment. The moment train comes, it's with the red light blinking, and there is a signal, and there's a lot of announcement. Platform number 3 is the train for the church gate, and platform number 4 is the train for the opposite direction to the Virar. Then someone who don't know the rule of Mumbai will catches up the opposite direction train, and again getting into train is a very different art together. You have to be there, you have to rush, and you have to push the people. Then after some time you will realize that somebody is pushing you gently, and it's become harder and harder, and somehow you get realize that you are already in the train and you are pushing other people to get out of the train. So this is the art Mumbai people learn. And again, carrying the baggage like a pregnant woman in front of your chest is a very different art. Everyone has to be master at it. So with this, we can live the moment, we can be in the train, and we can be at your destination with this skill. With that, over to you, table topic master of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amol. What an insight about observation skills, having positivity, knowing the rules of the game, just pushing your way through everything. That was an extremely cogent speech, if I may say so. I can see we have another brilliant role player here who has been looking forward to speaking in this segment. None other than our grammarian, our Toastmaster Ananya. You are the grammarian for today. Toastmaster Ananya, have you ever delivered a speech?
Yes, I have.
You have delivered a speech at the Toastmasters. Isn't it
Oh,
such
not
a
at
wonderful
sorry, not at the Toastmasters yet.
the speech before without a written script in front of you?
No, I've just tried table topics. This is my second time.
All right. Let me ask you a very simple question. Do you listen to music?
Yes, I do.
Do you use headphones?
Sometimes on speaker.
All right. Oh, wonderful. Do you listen to music when you're traveling?
Yes, most of the time I do.
That's fantastic. Could you please tell us about the art of finishing strong when you listen to music on the headphones with your eyes closed and singing loudly? Open your eyes and realize that you're in a bus full of people. How do you extricate yourself with dignity in a situation like that?
Sure. Let me try my hands on this topic. It was a beautiful and very interesting topic, I must say, Akansha ji. Yeah, well, I do listen to a lot of music while I'm driving with speakers on and singing loudly without noticing, with my eyes closed and completely forgetting that there are people around. When I open my eyes and realize every eyes are looking at me, I would simply laugh it off and ask them to join in. That is the only thing that will help me to feel less embarrassed. Cogently explaining my situation, I'm sure if it was a lovely old music, people must have already been humming the song with me already. And even before me asking them to join in, few of them might as well be singing along, which because of my headphone, I could not have listened through. So maybe, yes, the best way to tackle the situation is just laugh it off yourself and let others join in. I think that is all that I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ananya. That was so wonderfully put. Asking others to join you when you are in a situation that may seem embarrassing. But always remember that not all situations have to be embarrassing, right? With that, it seems like I'm going to have to ask other people to join the table topics. So, Toastmaster Awadh, would you like to give the other topic a try?
Yes, sure.
Master Awadh, I hope you enjoy eating chaat. You know what chaat is,
Dahi papdi
right?
chaat.
Ha. And what are the chaat items that you actually enjoy?
I enjoyed, I little bit foodie, so means enjoyed all ragda chaat, samosa chaats, every chaats, which
Even
possible.
pani puri, right?
Pani puri is like a
Which one is your favorite?
Yesterday I had some of the chaat masala, so evening snacks. So
Ah. So Toastmaster Awadh, since you're a foodie, could you please tell us the art of finishing strong? You know, we get drawn to certain food. So even after the stomach is full, that one last extra plate of pani puri that we feel drawn to. Okay, how do you finish strong by having that one extra plate of pani puri?
thank you, Kangasha, and thank you, uh, Toastmaster. So like when you are not able to control, it's when we are growing up, there is a you have to restrict the foods, but still childhood memory or childhood habits of the mistaking the foods, junk root side junks, it not stop you. So when you are even at whatever the miss is, you try to miss have some of the miss food which you feel happy. So when you are miss happy with like even of the year, whatever the miss you had all of the things, but one plate of the pani puri, you make okay, this finish my of the uh my fulfill the my even what full of the stomach I have already had it, but still it will give me satisfaction. Okay, that okay, today my uh, food is completed. So that's moments will you're not able to controls, and even whatever the miss tomorrow what will happens, you don't worry, and you have the one of the plate of the pani puri. So that's a normal tendency which maybe most of the people will also go with that situations. Some of the miss may will go with the sweet. Okay, you not miss control on the sweet, even you have the lot of even diabetics, but you are not able to control on the miss sweet, you will have it some of the small portion. So that's a way. So thank you for giving a wonderful topic, Akshanta. Over to you.
Thank you so much for that insight, Toastmaster Awadh. Very cogently explained. I must say, like you rightly said, control is something that is truly in our hands. And even if it is a little more, one can just control the amount that they want to have. With that, may I request the timer to let us know if we can continue the segment any further?
We have time for two more.
Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Lubena would like to
So,
go.
yes, Toastmaster Lubena, would you like to give it a try? Or, yes, Toastmaster Lubena, you have been part of the Toastmasters club for some time, isn't it? Just press the mute button. Your audio button at the bottom of your screen. If you just click on that, we'll be able to hear you. We could hear you earlier. It's at the bottom left. It says audio. If you click on that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you are audible. So, Toastmaster Lubena, you have been associated with Toastmasters for some time, is it?
Yes, just recently.
Oh, and have you had an opportunity to deliver your first speech yet?
Yes, when we personally met, we are at some place. Yes, I had delivered a speech.
Amazing. What I would love for you to speak about is, a lot our speeches are usually scripted, but we don't get to carry the script with us when we are speaking. So could you please tell us about the art of finishing strong when, oh my God, you realize you have suddenly forgotten what you had to say next in your script?
I know the topic is very tough for me, but I'll try my best.
Please.
Sometime when we are really confused in our state, what to speak when we are in among the company, when very educated people are there, and we want to really show that we are also one of them, and we are not less of knowledge. And that's very time when we have to really conclude the speech to do something which is very great in speaking. We really search for the words which would be better for us. And so I have joined this Toastmasters for the very reason to know how to communicate and how to have this finishing touch with us. So it is very important to know the communication, which takes a really a good time for us to be presentable in the company of educated people. At the same time, not only educated when you're communicating with your children, with your friends, and you really want to have the best of communication done. So I feel that by reading, by meeting many people, we have to be so alert about how they speak and get yourself included with all the speech when they do. That's what I'm trying my best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lubena. You have actually practically articulated and stood for what Toastmasters stands for. The art of communication, of improving that communication, and to be able to understand that it is important for us to read, to meet, and to be extremely alert. I see two other wonderful speakers here. So, Toastmaster Shireen, I was going to ask you to
Hello.
actually take it on again.
Hello. Am
And
I
I'm
audible?
so happy. Yes, you are completely audible. Something that I was actually going to ask you about was very simply your art of finishing strong. We want to know your art of finishing strong by regaining dignity. When you wave out to someone only to realize that person is not the person you thought that you were waving out to. How do you regain your dignity in a situation like that?
Okay. So there have been situations in life when we come across when we are in a public place or we are surrounded by people who we know. Some might know us, we might not know. But there is always a trial and a urge in us to communicate with as much as people as we can. So even if sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But in case of a situation when the other person I am waving my hand to does not respond, I get a little bit of a setback at that point of time. But I really try to compile myself and I really try to act strong and have a smile on my face because it's uh, a, an embarrassing situation, quite an embarrassing situation. If I might put it across as so, generally it is an embarrassing situation for me. But I do try to have a smile on my face, and I do try to communicate with that person again if that person is visible to me in my eye line. So it is a very important quality to hold back yourself, even if you don't get a response in many times in your life, because it happens with all of us many a times. So it is a quality. So yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much for those cogent thoughts yet again. When you say it really is about a smile and keeping an eye on your body language, you can still reach out and communicate with that person in order to finish strong and regain your dignity that was never lost in the first place. Wonderful. I've noticed one person who had raised their hand. If the person would like to just give an attempt to the table topic, I am happy to do that. Else, we can close the segment.
We are actually running out of time.
Oh, our counter, TM Sundar. So, may I just do one
Okay, okay, no.
with him? So,
All right.
TM Sundaram, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you enjoy mornings very much? Do you enjoy your mornings very much? Or it
Yeah,
seems like
I
it's
enjoy
very
my morning.
cold?
I enjoy my morning, early morning sleeping, and then
You're
waking up.
early. So which is what I wanted to ask you about. The art of finishing strong. It is, we would love to hear your personal growth story from snoozing the alarm once to strategic snoozing of the alarm. Please share your personal growth story of snoozing the alarm once to snoozing the alarm very strategically.
Sure. Very recently, I was the kind of person who was woke up in the night till up to 1 a.m. or 1:30 a.m. just scrolling the screen, white screen lightning in right into my eyes, mindless scrolling, going through sometimes Twitter to Instagram to some article, meaningless YouTube videos, and then sleeping off, dozing off in the night very late, and then waking up after 8, and the entire day very lazy feeling, energyless, very unenthusiastic kind of person. But very recently, I tried to change because I was gaining a lot of weight. So I just simply switched off because I received some of the feedback from the very loved ones and closed ones that you are gaining weight and you are not looking the kind of person that we know you since the beginning. I just switched back, and then I recently started waking up at 6:30 and started going to the gym. So that, yeah, that's basically have changed entirely my routine to the person who was waking up very late and sleeping very late, to the person who is the early riser and early to bed, going every day right at the same time, 10 p.m., waking up at the same time, 6:30. And I can assure everyone that it just changed my body, my thinking. I'm right now very alert, feeling great energy throughout the day, and stress is nowhere near me. So yeah, that's the change that I've lived very recently. Thank you.
Absolutely delightful. Thank you so much for that. A move and a change which has been a strategic change, not of the alarm, but of the entire habit of doom scroll, all the way to becoming an early riser and actually going to the gym. So you're not just snoozing that alarm anymore. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank the Toastmaster of the day, Priya Rathore, for allowing me to conduct this table topic session. It has been absolutely delightful, wonderful, and enlightening in so many ways. Back to you, Toastmaster Priya Rathore.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Akanksha. She has her amazing style and she literally wakes everybody up and could get everyone to speak here. Definitely. Thank you for that. We talk about finish strong, but I firstly talk about finish. Every endeavor, not every endeavor that we start, we are even able to finish. And here we talk of finish strong. But I would like to first start to ask you, do we actually finish everything that we once started? No, not always. But there are people who deal with the middle order mess and still are able to finish. So the question is not always about finish strong, but it is to mainly finish. With that, we get on to another segment of ours. But before we do that, let's call our timer for today to give a timing report for everyone, all the table topic speakers. Toastmaster Pallavi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We don't have any disqualification this time. Toastmaster Preeti spoke for 2 minutes, 1 second. Toastmaster Amol spoke for 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Toastmaster Ananya for 1 minute and 5 seconds. Toastmaster Awadh Kishore for 1 minute, 35 seconds. Toastmaster Lubina, 1 minute, 25 seconds. Toastmaster Shireen, 1 minute 28 seconds, and Toastmaster Sundaram for 1 minute 55 seconds. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
We have had 7 speakers so far. As Toastmaster table topic speakers. With that, we get on to our next segment. And our next segment is going to be guided by another veteran Toastmaster all the way from Malaysia, representing Proficient Orators Toastmasters Club. Please put your hands together for Faizan Akhtar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Priya, for inviting me onto this virtual stage. And so we begin the process of evaluation. For every endeavor we take, we need to take a step back and evaluate ourselves to see the good things that we have done and the things that require some improvement. So without further ado, we will first start off with the speech evaluation portion of the segment. For this, we have 3 evaluators, one for each speaker. The first evaluator will be Toastmaster Faisal Akhtar. The second evaluator will be Toastmaster Second evaluator will be Toastmaster Rehan Ansari, and the third evaluator will be Toastmaster Babu Narayan. So first, let me hand over the stage to the first evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal Akhtar. Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for inviting me onto this virtual stage. Specific, simple, and structure. These were the three qualities that my target speaker, Toastmaster Amol, described with respect to clarity in communication. And he exhibited all three of these things very effectively in his speech. The first thing that really caught my ears was the start with the question. When he asked, "Have we ever assembled a chair from IKEA?" And he also added a touch of humor in this particular line, where he compared assembling a chair with assembling a spaceship. And Toastmaster Abol again circled back to humor, to another point of humor in his speech, where he used the simple concept of rhyming: sanity, insanity, lack of clarity. And then towards the end, clarity and normality. So these little things, these little hints of humor go a long way in engaging the audience. Another thing that I really liked was how he circled everything back. He started off with the thing about setting up a chair from IKEA, and then he at the end of his speech he circled back to the chair analogy. And speaking of analogy, I really like.
Toastmaster Faisal, we've lost you here. Please check your audio. Suddenly we lost you just about a sentence ago. Can you check your sound settings? Okay, see if you can use your laptop speaker instead of your any other device that you're using for now.
Okay, so
Yes. Now we are. Yes, you can continue. Yes, you can continue.
okay, so where was I? Oh, yes.
One sentence ago.
Yeah, so the use of analogy. That was another aspect that I really liked about Toastmaster Amol's speech. He used the analogy of the IKEA chair and chai and tea at the very end of his speech. And to top it all off, he had the strong vocal delivery throughout the speech. Having said all that, there are a few points where I feel Toastmaster Amol can pay some attention to take his speech to the next level. The first thing was, it seemed like you were reading the speech in the while during delivery, and it kind of showed at some instances where you were taking a pause, repeating. So the one thing you can do to manage that is to rehearse that speech again and again before the start, and that will help you overcome that pause, unintentional pause or repetitions. The second recommendation that I have for you is regarding the conclusion. I noticed there were many instances where you could have concluded the speech, but it looked like you moved on to the next line, and then again you moved on to the next line. It's like you were expecting that final, the strong finish, but then there was another continuation after that. So you can focus on the conclusion part. It should be short and crisp, and it should pack a punch so that it leaves a lasting impression on the audience. So overall, strong vocal delivery, good use of humor, use of analogies was very good. You can just work on the rehearsing part and the conclusion, and you'll take your speech to the next level. All the very best, Toastmaster Amol.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Faisal, for your wonderful speech evaluation. And now let me call upon the second evaluator for today, that is Toastmaster Rehan Ansari. So Toastmaster Rehan, the stage is all yours.
Yeah, am I audible? Am I audible to?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So today I had the pleasure.
So before we start, I just want to check with the timer. Since we did not see a change in the timer cards for the first evaluator.
Yes.
So, Toastmaster Pallavi.
Yeah, he took only 3 minutes 40 seconds, so I was supposed to show at 4 minutes. No?
So you can do again. Okay, I will text.
Okay.
Let's start.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Today I had the pleasure of evaluating Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe. Level 1, Project 2, speech title is Wild Switch. Your speech showed very clear how one sudden change, a wild switch, can impact our lives. Your story made the message easy to understand and relatable. So the first, your opening was strong. You started with a personal experience that immediately drew us in. Second, your voice was clear and expressive. Your vocal variety kept us engaged throughout the speech. Third, your body language supported your message well. Your gestures, eye contact, and expressions helped bring your story to life. Finally, your connection to the theme was excellent. You explained your wild switch moment in a way that made the message meaningful. Yes, there are some recommendations from my side. My first recommendation is about pause. After key lines, especially when you introduce the wild switch, a slight longer pause would give an audience time to absorb the impact. My second recommendation is there were a few moments when your body language would have better aligned with your spoken message. The third recommendation, to stay within the time limit, try tightening some sections of your story or reducing a few details so that the speech flows more efficiently. Overall, Toastmaster Vijay, your speech was clear, engaging, and easy to follow. You connected well with the audience. I wish your future speeches will be even more powerful. Over to you, Toastmaster Vijay.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rehan, for your wonderful speech evaluation. And last but not the least, I would like to call upon the evaluator for our third speaker, Toastmaster Diganta. That was Toastmaster Babu Narayan. So the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests and our speaker, Toastmaster Diganta in particular. It's not what you say, but how you say it. An apt title for an apt project on communication for an apt audience, I would say. The speaker started out with a question. Have you encountered a situation where you said something, but it meant something different? That question told us all about the project objectives right up front. And thereafter, the speaker launched into the body of the speech by enumerating the different communication styles, starting with the passive style, going on to the active style, the aggressive style, and the assertive styles, the 4 building blocks of communication, as it were. And all these styles he substantiated through examples, his personal examples, so we could understand what each style was about. Later, he went and explained what his own style was, where he had started out as a passive speaker and then slowly graduated to the aggressive way of speaking or the aggressive communication style. And finally, he closed it with a message where he said, for a communication to be effective, we need to listen carefully and we need to say even no respectfully. So I would say that in the first instance, he fulfilled the prime objectives of the speech. And in doing so, he brought to bear all the different speaking skills that he had learned. And one effective skill which he exercised was the body language, which was evident by standing and when he used his hand gestures and speaking in different postures. If there are a few points that I can communicate to enhance his speech level, those would be a couple of them. One is that I thought that the pace at some point was such that the intonation, the clarity was lacking. The cogency, I would say, was lacking a little. So perhaps he could pace down the speech a little. And also you need to emphasize and intonate words very clearly. I thought that was not very clear. Perhaps it was also the audio which was not correct. The second one was when you were describing the different communication styles, you had an excellent opportunity to use your voice and said, I had a passive style of speaking, but later on, I graduated to an assertive style of speaking. You could have brought these styles, enhanced it with your own voice modulation. And the third is where we describe different styles or we have several points. One way of doing it is through visuals, perhaps a small PowerPoint, not a very elaborate one, where you put the 4 styles for the audience to remember, the passive, active, aggressive, and assertive styles. But I would say overall, the speech was excellent in construction from opening right up to the end. You fulfilled the prime objectives of the speech, but with a small tweak in terms of your voice, attention to the voice, attention to the pace. I'm sure that you would be an even better communicator. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator. Cannot hear you.
Okay, am I audible now? Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Babu, for your wonderful points of evaluation. And I hope the target speaker can incorporate them in his speech. Now we're done with the speech evaluations. But what about our auxiliary role players? So to give the grammarian's report at first, I would like to call upon our grammarian, Toastmaster Ananya. The Toastmaster Ananya, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. Well, we all did pretty well, but specifically, Akansha outstood the entire role of using this word of the day, cogent, for over 7 times. So a big round of applause for her. Followed by Akansha, it was Babu sir and Priya. Both of them have fully utilized the word cogent for 3 times in today's day. Apart from that, Sundaram, TM Vijay, and TM Preeti have also used the word cogent. Thank you so much. There were a few grammatical mistakes as well. Not so much, but still a little bit. For example, face the situation. Here, the always highlights a specific situation or an event. So instead of face the situation, it should be face any situation. where any is universal. It can be gone out for any random, event. Similarly, I was one who woke up. So, was one who woke up would not be the right set of English. Was the one who woke up, or I was the one who used to wake up, stay awake, so you have to use a used because it's a past tense that you're talking about. These were a few little grammatical mistakes we can still improve on. And I think rest, all of us did a great job today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ananya, for such a detailed grammarian's report. And now let's move on to the R counter for today. And that role was played by Toastmaster Sundaram. So let's call him to the virtual stage to give the R counter's report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal, for the opportunity. Well, today's I have heard entire meeting of ours where the speaker spoken with their prepared speech, the table topic speakers, and other people who are playing their roles, main roles or auxiliary one. And I have detailed report prepared with me now. I will share the report with me in the chat box with all you to refer to. But I would like to point out some of the people who have made the mistakes. Number one is Toastmaster Awadh Kishore leading with the 29 of total filler words, followed by Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe with 19. And the third one is Shireen with the 17. I'd also like to point out Toastmaster Babu Narayan sir, who has not used even a single filler words. I could not see as heard the filler words used by him. It was the clear and crystal. So kudos to Toastmaster Babu Narayan sir. These filler words, the report is not to point out the mistakes, but to give the feedback to all the speakers to understand where they are lacking and where they can improve so that their speech move to the next level. With that, I will share the report in the chat box for all those to refer to. Over to you, Toastmaster Faisal.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sundaram, for your R counters report. And now let's call upon our timer, Toastmaster Pallavi, to give a summary of all the times in this meeting.
Thank you so much. Faisal Akhtar sir, Toastmaster Faisal Akhtar took 3 minutes 40 seconds to evaluate the speech one. Toastmaster Vijay Lakhe took exactly 2 minutes to evaluate speech 2. Toastmaster Babu Narayan took 3 minutes 50 seconds to evaluate third speech. Grammarian took 1 minute 30 seconds to share his report. And our counter took 1 minute 45 seconds to share his report. Thank you so much. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Pallavi, for sharing the timer's report. And now let's move on to the active listening section. Basically, a segment where we are tested out if we were really attentive during the meeting or not. So to do the honors for the active listening, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ranga. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. Let me try how good a listener myself I am by asking you questions. Okay. Yeah. How many questions I'm permitted, if I may ask so, because we are running short of time, I guess. Shall I take liberty of 6 or 7?
Sure.
Thank you. Now let's begin. Toastmaster Amol spoke about specific example, what will happen if you do not follow the IKEA product information sheet, what will you end up making when you attempt a chair? Please raise your hand, don't answer. I will only ask those who, I'll pick up one of you. Okay, there's only one hand raised. Toastmaster Sundaram, please go ahead.
Yes, it was space rocket.
Yeah, I think he said spacecraft or whatever. Yeah. Thank you. That's correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Again, please do not answer all at once. Please raise your hand and I'll ask specific. When Priya Rathod introduced the role players in the beginning, what are the first auxiliary role players she introduced? Anybody? Okay, again, TM Sundaram has come. Let me see whether anybody is asking. I think. Okay, I think Pallavi. No, I think I'll ask Sundaram to answer. Yeah, go ahead, Sundaram.
I think it was grammarian role, if auxiliary role player.
Oh, you had a very good hint for this. You missed it. Anyway, Pallavi, you cannot raise your hand because you were the one who was introduced, right? First, so nobody gets the answer correct. Let's go to the next question. What was the first style of communication as per Diganta? I think Sundaram has asked for, and Sergeant Arms Akanksha is also raising her hand. Sony Singh also. So many people are raising hand. Let me ask Sony to answer.
I think it was passive style of communication.
Absolutely right. Thank you. That was the correct answer. Let's move on to the next one. How does TM Shireen try to finish strong when facing a mistaken identity situation? Please raise your hand. Again, let me repeat the question. How does TM Shireen tries to finish strong during a mistaken identity situation? Okay. Again, Sony has raised. Please go ahead. Sony can unmute and speak.
Yeah. By keeping a smile on face.
Absolutely right. And keeping a smile is the best way to encounter any embarrassment. I think that's a very correct answer. Thank you, Sony. Now, I will ask two more questions because I don't think we'll have more time. Rehan Ansari, the second recommendation to Vijay Lakhe. Anyone other than Rehan and Vijay Lakhe? Rehan Ansari was the one who evaluated Vijay Lakhe's speech, and what was the second recommendation he gave to? Again, Sony, go ahead, Sony.
Maintain a balance between what is being spoken and body language.
Okay, I think I'll grant that. It's called aligned body language is what I think the word used, but I think you came close to it. And Rehan, obviously you can't raise your hand for that. I think you're clapping. Okay, great. Okay, I'll take one more question. Okay. How much time did TM Vijay Lakhe took to complete his speech? Sony, you are always raising your hand. I mean, intentional or kept it raised all the time?
She has the answer.
It has left raised. Sorry.
Okay. Now let's ask Sergeant Arms Akanksha.
9 minutes, 50 seconds.
Absolutely. I think that's very clear. Thank you so much. And I think with that, I'll stop the questions. I think maximum questions were answered by, we all know who. Sony, you seem to be the best listener of the day, and congratulations to you. With that, back to you, Toastmasters General Evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ranga, for such a wonderful and entertaining active listening session. And congratulations to Toastmaster Sony for getting most of the answers right. So now I will offer my own 2 cents on today's meeting. The first thing was we started the meeting at 10:36, 10:35 a.m., which is 5 minutes after the stipulated start time, but we can do with 5 minutes into a 5-minute delay. That can be fine, but because we're still on course to finish the meeting strong. So we started off with the introduction by the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Akanksha, and that was a very strong start to the meeting. It was a very energetic start, and it basically helped us gear up for a very wonderful meeting ahead. Following this, we had a few words from our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Abhishek, who I believe is not in the meeting right now, but still he covered most of the good talking points, and so did the staff for that matter. She covered all the main points about the meeting, like the ground rules, what Toastmasters is all about. So that was a good thing. Following this, we had the theme for today, which was handled by our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Priya, and that was finish strong. And it was really a very fascinating theme for today, because in the middle of it, before each and every start, she had a few very interesting thoughts. For example, I really liked the first line when she said that uh, about the law of recency. Basically, people remember the last thing that you had done. So that was, and there were many other things like that, which was really interesting and helped grip the audience's attention. One recommendation I would have for Toastmaster Priya would be to engage the audience a bit more, maybe ask the audience members a bit more about the theme, which will also boost up the interaction and more people will get a chance to speak. So that is just one recommendation from my end. Otherwise, the theme was wonderful. Following this, we had the prepared speech segment. We had 3 speakers, Toastmaster Amol, Toastmaster Vijay, and Toastmaster Diganta. And all 3 of them delivered some stellar speeches, but the speech evaluators have covered that particular aspect. After this, we had the table topics segment, which was presided over by Toastmaster Akanksha, who was pulling double duty as both the SA and the table topic master. The one thing that I really liked about the table topic session this time was how she basically tailor-made the topic for each speaker by starting off with a small question about the speaker, and then she gave the topic. This is very good because normally in table topics, especially for a new speaker, they feel a bit nervous when they first come onto the stage. They have to think on the spot and then deliver a speech. So this helps. It goes a long way to in easing the nerves a bit. And another thing was how each topic tied into the overall theme of the meeting. That was another good touch. So that was from the table topic segment. And then we had the evaluation segment for today. We had 3 evaluators, Toastmaster Faisal, Toastmaster Rehan, and Toastmaster Babu. So, and after that we had the auxiliary role players with their reports, the R grammarian, the R counter, and the timer. I have one recommend who covered all the aspects of the respective roles. I have one recommendation for the R counter though, and that is that whenever someone uses more filler words, a lot of filler words, we don't normally quote the exact number of filler words that they have used. So for example, if someone has used, let's say, more than 5, let's say 10 or 15 us, you don't need to say that they use 10 or 15 or 20 us and ums. We can just say that they use more than 5 us, more than 3 or 4, and we'll get the idea about that. And that was one recommendation I had for the R counter. And finally, we had the active listening segment for today, and that was also covered very well. So overall, a wonderful meeting. We are still on course to finish strong, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Faizan, with your report. And it is really nice to interact with you and everybody from your club today in this joint meeting. Like we had discussed, everybody starts, but somewhere in the middle order, people quit.
You are muted, Priyaji.
Am I?
Toastmaster Priya, you are not audible.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, clearly.
I don't know what's happening to Zoom today. We have just looked at our theme and we were talking about finish strong. I would like to say that like we've discussed, that people hardly finish sometimes. So finishing strong is definitely a huge thing that we talk of. There are more quitters that we have in the middle order to any endeavor that they were very, very enthused about. People do not have the same momentum, ideally, that they once started an endeavor or a task with. Let's talk about us. When we decide to join a gym, we go shopping first. Gym bag, gym shoes, gym water bottle, napkins, everything. Gym wear. And then what happens after some time? Gym membership. Most number of people join gym membership on the 1st of January. And and then they don't continue their membership after the 20th or maybe even the 15th of January. They say that people who finish or finish strong are the ones who believe in their potential to be utilized to its fullest capacity. And so would we do today. With that, we would like to take this to our presiding officer and the president of Enunciators Toastmasters Club to kindly finish the meeting strong. Toastmaster Babu sir, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Priya, for handing over the reins and egging me to finish strong. I hope I can do a good job. Now, there are two inventions in the 20th century which I rank in high esteem. One is that which has brought people closer physically, which is the invention in 1903 when the Wright brothers manufactured or came up with something called the aircraft. The second invention, which I think has brought the world closer, was in 1924 when a certain Dr. Ralph Smedley decided that if communication has to be effective, it has got to spread. And just imagine 100 plus years later, we are all sitting here in different time zones, different geographies, listening to each other speak. And I think that depicts so very strongly the power of communication. And today was a perfect example of collaboration and teamwork between two clubs. A club having, I would say, proficient speakers, and another club having efficient enunciators. This is the beauty of communication and the beauty of Toastmasters. And today has also been a perfect example of what the mission of Toastmasters says, that we live in a mutually supportive and positive learning environment. And this is what has brought two vibrant clubs together today at this 46th meeting of enunciators and the 180th meeting of Proficient Orators Toastmasters Club. So I think with that, in the interest of time, we are hopefully finishing very strong with some very powerful speeches today, powerful role plays, and brilliant all-round role plays today to end the session. So with that, I will hand over the session to Toastmaster Priya to do the roundup of the awards and her concluding remarks. And
Sir,
also a
you may
big,
continue for 1 more minute. I'm just making the
okay,
poll.
fine. And of course, a big thank you to all the members of Proficient Toastmasters for having taken time out. And I think in particular to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal, who has logged in from Malaysia. And I'm sure that he is past his lunch time as well, but he has still chosen not to leave the meeting as yet. So it's really been a wonderful session this morning. And I think that this is the power that we should exhibit, where we all get together, share experiences, share anecdotes, and share our learnings. So before I pass on to the VP Education for the awards, I think that one segment was missed out, and that was to invite guests to speak and give their introduction. Of course, I do not know who are the members and guests because we have two clubs here. So if there's any guest who would like to come up and speak, I would request them. Is everyone a member, by the way? Shireen, are you a member of Proficient Orators?
No, sir, I'm a guest.
Okay, good. So we'd like to hear from you as to what you felt about the meeting and your views. In brief.
It was a very culminating experience, which uh, which included everything from evaluation to tricky table discussions, as well as extempore kind of a thing in a time limited manner. So definitely it was a very different kind of a communication liberating experience, which I would like to have more of it to just improve my skills and speaking capabilities, as well as grammatics, if I may say so. So that's about it.
Thank you, Shireen, and look forward to your presence in the future meetings at either of the clubs or at a joint meeting. Anyone else would like to say a few words? Is there any other guest?
Yeah, Soni Singh. I'm also a
Soni,
guest.
okay, it was,
Yeah, I'm also
okay,
a
great.
guest.
Like to hear from you.
So I'm continuing for last few sessions, say 5 or 6 in Proficient Orator clubs, and have got this opportunity of this joint meetings this second time. So I find this experience very enriching, as most of you are very good speakers, and especially, sir, you really, what our counter members said about you, your English is super flawless, and you can share some tips on how to improve. You must be having some insight into it. So it was very enriching.
Thank you. I'll definitely share those tips, but I think for that I have to call you Toastmaster Soni Singh from next time.
Sure. Sure, I'll certainly be joining in near future.
Good. So look forward to having you again and again at our meetings. So good then. So with that
I'm
very
back.
strong start that we had, anyone else? Sorry, am I missing out?
I'm back. I just wanted to let you know we are done with the
Yeah,
polls.
okay, good. So we had a strong start from Akanksha, and I think we do have a strong finish, and that's going to be delivered. The final punch by Toastmaster Priya Rathod. Over to you.
I like the way he passes on the baton of finishing strong back to me. Okay, with that, it's time for polls now. And we will have the fastest finger. First, I'm launching the polls. Everyone. We do not have any prepared speaker because the time limit was crossed, but you can certainly vote for the ones that you say. Kindly vote. Okay. All right, and I end the poll. All right, and I have the results with me, which I'm going to declare right now. For this meeting, we have winners. Let's start with let's start with the best auxiliary role player. And the best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Ranganathan Ramani for playing the role of the listener. Congratulations to you. The best of big three Best of Big Three goes to Toastmaster Akanksha Mirji for her amazing, electrifying role of the table topics master. Congratulations. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Babu Narayan Sir. Toastmaster Babu, for you. And then we had the best table topic speakers, where the winner is Toastmaster Ananya. And this was quite a close call for the table topic speakers. We even had just a few notches away Toastmaster Amol Satpute, who made all of us laugh. Humor really works. So with that, we come to the end of this meeting and looking forward for more collaborations. Thank you very much. And we would like all our guests to become future Toastmasters. This is the only platform where you can actually practice whatever we've learned in books and everything, and from people on how to speak confidently in public. Thank you very much. And time for lunch, everybody. Bye-bye. And have the best of this Sunday.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye, everyone.